Sunday the 17th of September, 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join us on Zoom and on YouTube for the official relaunch of the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge website, PriestIsaacInstitute.com. Our website has been upgraded and has been made more easily accessible to you. On PriestIsaacInstitute.com, you will find all that you need for your holistic growth. We offer certified courses in ancient astronomy and ancient archaeoastronomy, as well as our international homeschool program for children of all ages. At PriestIsaacInstitute.com, we not only offer our books, video documentaries, and webinars, we also have available food preparation courses and cooking classes in the field of raw foods as well as ITIL plant-based cuisines. Do you shop online for your nuts, grains, etc.? We have that too. Get all your necessities from your agave, honey, spices, all your nuts, and so on. Now don't forget our online clothing labeled with our icons. You can get your sweaters, t-shirts, even hoodies. The Tiger's Nest. And speaking of the Tiger's Nest, Radio Anu International, 24-hour internet radio, giving you positive, conscious information and inspiration throughout the day. Again, on the 17th of September 2023, mark the date, from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join us on Zoom or on the Priest Isaac's YouTube channel for the official relaunch of PriestIsaacInstitute.com. Zoom VIPs will receive a special gift. To get your Zoom link, go to the website PriestIsaacInstitute.com or email us at PriestIsaacInstitute@gmail.com. 17th of September. Be there. And he says to be there, but you are already here. Once again, give thanks for your presence. And this is the second part now of the relaunch, the official relaunch of the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge website, PriestIsaacInstitute.com. Let me say before I go any further, if you missed the first part of this relaunch of this webinar today, well, the link will be in the description of the video below, the link for the first part, because we did so much in the first part. We went through the full website. We showed you exactly all the things that we have to offer. We've been having such a wonderful day, so we're just thankful for those who are definitely returning in and those who are coming in for the first time, those who are seeing this on a rerun, on a replay, those who are watching this on YouTube, wherever you are, we are so thankful again for your presence. Again, if you didn't know, this is the official relaunch of the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge website. Again, those of you who were with us from the beginning, you would have definitely marveled at, the presentation that was made, the Honorable Empress Naya, carrying you through the website, showing you all that there is to offer. And of course, right about now, I know everyone is waiting for the official presentation that I have to give, as I will be officially launching my ancient astronomical natal chart right here in a few moments. So let me just remind everyone what is taking place here today and exactly what is in store for all of you and what we have to offer. Again, remember all of you who requested your Zoom link, those of you who asked for your Zoom link, as we mentioned earlier, this will be a premiered event. Well, you have the special offer of receiving your natal chart, not just for today, Remember, we put a 72-hour cap on everything that is being offered today. Let me just repeat that for those who may have missed it. Everything that we are offering today, you have 72 hours, that is 3 days. So today is the 17th day of September. So you have until the 20th day of September, the very same time, to make your purchase of whatever it is that you desire. So let me repeat so we can be clear. Remember the Ancient Astronomical Natal Chart document, of which I will be presenting to you in a few short moments. The value of it is $175. Well, that's not the value of it, really. I keep saying that, but that's how much it really costs, you know. But for today, for the 72 hours, those of you who would have requested your Zoom link, you're going to have the opportunity to purchase it for only $75. And when I go through my natal chart in a few, you will see why I had to stop at, you know, the value of it. No, man, the value of it is you know, it's priceless, really. I mean, this is the alignments of the heavens when you came upon the planet. So as it says, get a precise, concise, and comprehensive reading of the heavenly bodies in relationship to your born day. Beautiful. So I'm sure everyone, especially after the presentation, will want to get a copy of their own document, Natal Chart Reading. And since we're in the heavens, let us just remind you that well, everything is the heavens really here today, you know, because remember, those of you who will be purchasing from the Holistic Whole Food Store. And again, I know many of you shop from the Whole Food Store, but today and for the next 72 hours, when you purchase anything from the Whole Food Store, you got a good idea in the first part of exactly what we have in store for you at the Holistic Whole Food Store. So now you can go online and you could, you know, your nuts and your grains and your natural African soap and your honey and your Garvey and all the different herbs, everything that you just saw a moment ago, you could purchase them. And remember, it is better when you get them in bulk. All right. I mean, this is all about enterprise building, family. We say we want to build enterprise. We say we want to build kingdom. We like to talk about we're government. We like to talk about we're parliament. And I mean, so what do we have to show for it? What institutions do we have of learning? I mean, do we have restaurants? Do we have supermarkets? Do we have any transportation system for our people to get from here to there? Do we have airports? Do we have airplanes? All of these ships on the harbor or in the harbor, does any one of them belong to us? So we got to start somewhere. It's all about kingdom building, empire building, and kingdom rising. Very important at this time. So we buy black and we eat black and we support black. All of that we promote, as you can obviously see. So again, those of you who will be shopping at the Holistic Whole Food Store for the next 3 days, you will get a free copy of our brand new book, The Rudiments of Ancient Astronomy. And you will also be getting a copy of our third full-length video documentary, really one of my favorites, by the way, The Night of the Black Tiger. I'm talking about the divinity of Marcus Mosiah Garvey, not just because it's the tiger stuff, really. It's just the way and the whole nature of how I prepared that specific documentary. So keep that in mind. Even if you just buy a bag of cashew nuts, or I don't know if you're going to order just a bag of cashew nuts, but whatever you order, you'll be definitely getting those gifts free today, right away, as soon as you make your order. Beautiful. So we have so much in store for you. I'm going to make that presentation right about now, but okay, hold on. But this is big news now. This is big news. We already showed you earlier, and I'm going to give you more detail now, that when you enroll your young ones now into the International Homeschool Program, which is very, very comprehensive, I mean, there's no way you can lose in investing $300, Rasta, into your young ones, and then you actually get a continuous membership program with added material coming for the benefit of your young ones. And this doesn't benefit one child, it benefits your whole household. Again, more videos, more activities, more content. And hear this again, for those who would have missed it, when you order this program here for your child, which has already been approved, those of you who listen to our radio station, who listen to our YouTube channel, who watch us on radio and TV, telling truth through vision, you hear the testimonies from the parents, you hear the testimonies from the children. I mean, what else do you desire? We've even given you snippets of exactly what we have to offer. Children approved, the parents recommended. We're talking about the International Homeschool Program. So when you now, as the parent, say that, hey, listen, man, I'm going to invest this $299 into my 6 children that I have here. That's a steal of a deal, eh? Some people only have a child, and not only really, give thanks, but have one child, and you know that 300 is for the child, but you have 6. You understand? So that 300, that's those of you who have, the more children you have, you know, I think is the better value you get from this specific venture here. I'm telling you the truth. And they all will get their certificate. They all will be delighted to see their name on a certificate, whatever age they are. But here it is. This is the real offer here. When you order the homeschool program, as we are celebrating our relaunch of the website, you will get the Ancient Astronomy Course, which is of a value of $275. And I'm saying value again, but you know, these things are priceless, really. But you understand what I mean. It goes for $275. I would give that to you as a parent. That's a course here. That course is so serious, not to put down any other course. It's one certificate you're getting, really. That's the type of course it is, to certify you, the person who really is taking the course. You understand? The Ancient Astronomy Course. In fact, if the homeschool program is for a child, well, any child, we don't limit children here. We don't limit children here at all. They can also partake of the Ancient Astronomy Course. That for sure will big up their mental capacity. I mean, times 99, that's for sure. In fact, before I get into the lecture, I will be giving you, listen, I'm going to do something I don't think I've ever done. I'm going to be presenting a full chapter of one of the Ancient Astronomy courses. And that is to the Ancient Astronomy Course, one of the chapters of the Ancient Astronomy Course, pardon me. And that is to assist you in the presentation that I'm about to make as it relates to the Ancient Astronomical Natal Chart Reading document. You got what I'm saying? So I'm going to present to you now my personal Ancient Astronomical Natal Chart Reading document. Get me clear? But before that, I am going to show to you just one of the many chapters that are a part of the Ancient Astronomy course. You follow what I'm saying? That hasn't necessarily been designed for young baby children, but for mature people. But any mind can fathom it. The graphics, all the graphics were prepared by the young Prince Alamase. So, of course, again, the young minds can totally comprehend it. So, again, if you order the homeschool program for the young ones, you will get an ancient astronomy course. Imagine that. And just to show you how detailed, refined, and necessary it is even for you to understand your natal chart reading, I'm going to present to you right now one of the chapters of the Ancient Astronomy course, the Ancient Astronomy course again. And this chapter is entitled Celestial Academics. Now, I said I'm going to do what I never did, which means I'm going to present the full chapter. Let us see if I actually present the full chapter.
A sidereal day is the time taken by the Earth to rotate on its axis relative to the stars. A sidereal day is 23 hours, 56 minutes, 4.091 seconds. This means that each star will rise 3 minutes, 56 seconds than it did previously. Like the islands, cities, and towns, every object in the sky has two numbers that fix its location called right ascension and declination, more generally referred to as the object's celestial coordinates. Declination is the celestial sphere's equivalent to latitude, and it is expressed in degrees, as is latitude. For declination, positive and negative refers to north and south respectively. The celestial equator is 0 degrees declination, and the poles are 90 degrees, positive 90 degrees and negative 90 degrees, north and south. Right ascension is the celestial equivalent to longitude. Betelgeuse, also referred to as Betelgeuse, is a red supergiant and one of the largest stars visible to the naked eye. It is also referred to as Alpha Orionis, marking the eastern or right shoulder of the constellation of Sahu, also called Orion. The celestial coordinates of Betelgeuse are right ascension, 5 hours, 55 minutes, 10 seconds. Declination, positive 7 degrees, 24 minutes, 26 seconds. On the other side of the celestial equator, you have the brightest star in the constellation of Sahu, its left foot, Rigel. Rigel, also called Beta Orionis, is a blue-white supergiant located about 870 light years away from the Earth and is about 47,000 times as luminous as our Sun. Rigel's celestial coordinates are right ascension, 5 hours, 14 minutes, 32.3 seconds. Declination minus 8 degrees, 12 minutes, 5.9 seconds. The Earth's ellipse, which is known as the ecliptic, is the plane of Earth's orbit around the Sun. The Earth's axis is not perpendicular to the ecliptic, but has an inclined angle of 23.5 degrees. This is called obliquity. This obliquity, coupled with the Earth's orbit around the Sun, determines how we see the heavens around us. We observe the sky as a spherical surface. This is why it's called the celestial sphere. With all of this taken into consideration, the celestial latitude and longitude, declination and right ascension, was established to give coordinates to the apparently fixed objects and moving ones as well. Now that we comprehend declination and right ascension, let us look at another system of coordinates known as azimuth altitude coordinate system. Depending on the hemisphere of the observer, north or south, the celestial pole becomes an essential point. As observers, we see everything rotating around the celestial poles. Imagine facing true north. Draw a line from the celestial pole until it hits the horizon. The azimuth of the object that you have identified will be the angle of its clockwise bearing from geographical north. The elevation from the azimuth is the altitude. Keep in mind that the azimuth altitude results depends on the observer's location on the planet.
Oh, beautiful. Give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life. Yes, family. So, as I said, all of those who are just tuning in, remember, this is the relaunch of the brand new website itself. I'm talking about the Priest Isaacs Institute of Holistic Knowledge website. All of those who, again, just to give that announcement, who would have requested their Zoom link, of course, you're still going to get those special offers. As I said, this is a special premiere of our relaunch. So what you just looked at there a moment ago is our Ancient Astronomy course. That's just one of the chapters that goes with the course that is entitled Celestial Academics. And of course, the Honorable Prince Almasi, of course, really the master of ceremonies and the graphics as it relates to that. Give thanks for such work, so young maestro there. Any word you want to say on that?
Well, it was a very beautiful project, and even I learned a lot from just doing it. And you could learn a lot too. You could get your international homeschool program, and the parents could also get the Ancient Astronomy course.
Beautiful. Well, you got it there from the young Olmec himself. Definitely a master on the graphics and, on all the works. And as I said, even at 11 years of age, that is when he how old are you now?
11.
Okay. How old are you when you did all of that work there?
I believe I was 10.
Yeah, okay. Give thanks again. Well, of course, as I said, so obviously even the young minds can comprehend the Ancient Astronomy program, and no need for you to wonder if, they're too young or whatever the case is. Definitely give thanks. As we continue. Yes, Beautiful. All right. So what we're going to do now, as I said, we will be going into the whole aspect of the ancient astronomical chart reading. And let me see where we are. You should definitely full joy this one. I'm just going to give you a little touch of exactly what it's all about, even before I go into the full. I'm sure you would have heard this one before.
Do you want an accurate natal chart reading to know the true position of the sun, the moon, and each planet at the moment that you were being born? We at the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge will create a precise natal chart for you and your loved ones, coupled with snapshot pictures of each planet, the sun, the moon, plus the constellations related to them. In addition to this, we will be giving you a detailed report of the alignment of planets to the constellations and its full meaning, not from an astrological perspective, but from an ancient astronomical perspective. You will have this report for the rest of your life and can share it with your friends and your family. To order your accurate natal chart today, visit our website, priestisaacinstitute.com, or email us, priestisaacinstitute@gmail.com. Blessed.
Oh, blessed love. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, that's wonderful. And again, all of that is the work of the young Olmec himself. Yes, give thanks for such mighty presentation. The Honorable Prince Alamase, the young Olmec, he is amongst us. So what I'm going to do now, mighty people, I'm going to go straight into my natal chart. Now, what I did a moment ago, I basically gave you an understanding of what the right ascension and declination is all about. Those of you who are paying attention, that was really a part of the ancient astronomical course, the Ancient Astronomy Course. You saw once again one of the chapters that we have in that course. That's just one of the many chapters. We have the chapters on stars, the constellations, the black hole, planets and the plants, a chapter entitled Culture, a chapter entitled, yes, man, as I said, those of you who are already on the course, give thanks for that, enough respect. You know, I remember when we launched it, we had a special offer for just $100. Some people took advantage of that. Give thanks, enough respect. And again, now, to me, I mean, we're giving it away for free today, you know, and in the interest of your young ones, I mean, you already saw with your eyes, you know, the benefits of the international homeschool program. You saw exactly how easy and accessible it is in the first part. Again, those of you who are just viewing this second part of the launch, the link in the description below. The link is in the description below, pardon me, for the first part of the launch, if by chance you would have missed it. You know, so you need to see the full program to understand exactly what it is that we're offering today. So this is a wonderful set down. All right, I think we should go straight into this presentation now for you. So, okay, there you have it before you. And this is basically my natal chart document. It is a document, once again, family, that you will receive if you desire your natal chart reading. Let me say again that I know that ones, when they hear their natal chart reading, we usually think of the conventional astrological chart readings. Now, this has not really been designed to tug a war with the astrological world. It's not designed to you know, to compete with the astrological chart of reading. Natal means birth, really. Natal, nativity, nationality, your name, na, you see the na is in name too, na, nation, all of these things. So natal, your natal star, birth star. So you know your name, na, N-A, name, na. So you see the na in natal, nativity, nationality, nation, name, all of that stuff. Very good. So it has to do with your birth. It doesn't necessarily, or the day you were born, we prefer to say. So the circles and the lines that the astrologers use, that might just be one way of doing it. I don't do it that way at all. Not even semblance of. We don't follow that pattern whatsoever. I understand it. I don't think it's accurate, and I don't even think it's precise, even if it was astronomically on charts. You know, so I'm going to give you the ancient way of understanding the heavens, the meaning thereof, and I'm going to basically, if you want to say, do the experiment on myself. All right, fair enough. Now, again, this is how your document will look when you order it. So you could actually share this with a friend. You could share it with a companion, whatever the case is, it's yours. So it will read, the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge, Ancient Astronomical Natal Chart Reading Document, designed for, and my name, the Honorable Priest T.O.N. Isaac, prepared by Honorable Priest Isaac. So basically, the only thing that should be different here is your name will be here, and everything would basically be the same. And of course, you have the cover page with a different background, basically. So it begins like this, and I will read this to you. Natal chart reading. This is the ancient astronomical chart of the Honorable Priest Isaac. This chart reading will detail the apparent position of each planet, including Pluto, at the exact or approximate time of his birth, the moment that he was born. This will include the planet's coordinations, as well as the constellation that they were in. Digital photos will be provided. And let me just say, this is me speaking, where I have approximate time, exact or approximate time of birth, is because you would know by now, we really do two types of charts, pardon me. In this case, it's the exact time of birth, but many people do not know exactly what time they were born. Some people have an idea, maybe in the morning, 4-day morning, sometime around midday, I think the sun was setting. Even that can help. But there are those who have no idea whatsoever what time they were born, no time. They just know this is the date because that's what they were told. So that is the approximate time of birth that we use to create the approximate natal chart reading, which is different from the precise natal chart reading. You will be getting a precise natal chart reading here. The natal chart reading will also provide an in-depth interpretation of the planetary positions. Then it has date of birth, 2nd of January, 1976, and time of birth, 10:23 a.m. Very good. And again, those who do not know the exact time of birth, they would not have the time. So this is basically how it's set out, my family. Take a good look. It has now, you see, sun, moon, and planetary positions. Sun, moon, and planetary position. This is the next chapter, basically. So it has the sun and its location, and I have in brackets constellation. We only do that for a few of them, and then we start to take out the word constellations, because you should be getting the point. The location is the constellation or constellations related to the heavenly body. So the sun, location, constellation, Sagittarius, you understand? Then we have the coordinates, R-A, Ra. Can you remember what Ra represents? Right ascension. We just watched the chapter from the Ancient Astronomy Course, right ascension, and then DEC's declination. That is the latitude and longitude of the heavens as such, the coordinates. So right ascension, 18 hours, 50 minutes, 39.26 seconds. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the position of the sun, the apparent position. We already mentioned that as well. From where we are on planet Earth, the way that it looks, because that's a class all by itself to try to get into. And this is why the Ancient Astronomy Course is important. You know, sometimes I speak as if I'm speaking to the scholars of the Institute. But to be honest, sometimes many people, you know, they would not have taken certain courses or even listened to certain programs. So you may have to just touch it up a bit for them, because we don't want to leave nobody out. So we must understand that you have the apparent movements of the heavens. It's a very simple thing to understand. I think we all know that the sun is not rising up and the sun is not setting down in the ocean in the afternoon. I think we comprehend that, you know. So that's the apparent movement of the sun. We say it loosely, the sun is rising and the sun is setting, but it's because of the movement of the heavenly body known as planet Earth that gives this impression of the movement of the sun and basically everything else that we see. Now, that's very important for us to understand. So again, the location of the sun now is an apparent location, and it has to do from where we are on planet Earth. But yet still the science is so precise and so detailed that we can give it its precise coordinates down to the second. And keep in mind, if it was 10:26, the coordinates would be different, especially as it relates to the seconds. Because when we say seconds, we're not talking about the seconds on the clock. Even earthly coordinates have minutes and seconds. You have the degrees, then you have the minutes, then the seconds. That's how it's done. It's the same way with the heavens. So again, right ascension, 18 hours, 50 minutes, 39.26 seconds. Declination, minus or negative 22 degrees, 55 minutes, 59.2 seconds. And that is the exact location of the sun at the time of birth or being born, coming into the planetary sphere as such. Now, what I will do is just give you a better outlook. Take a look at this. So you see now, the way that the document is prepared is that you will now get a good idea of exactly where the sun is. Now, this is how I prepared mine. So I didn't prepare it with the artwork rendition. You know what's the artwork rendition? So for example, the sun is here between, the sun is right on Sagittarius, pardon me. If it was with the artwork rendition, you would see the half man, half horse with the bow and arrow. Some people prefer that because they may not be as adapt to these lines as some of us. No, I know the lines very well. In fact, I could take out the lines and still understand what I'm looking at. Some individuals would prefer their natal chart with the actual pictures of the constellations over the lines. we can do that as well. So my natal chart doesn't have none of the pictures because I'm totally against some of those pictures as well. You know that. In fact, most of them are totally off. They are Greek renditions of what is taking place in the heavens, but just for better understanding for some people. Like, so they can clearly see, oh yes, it's Leo the lion. Yes, I see it's the Scorpio. We would utilize those pictures. So you can see where the sun is here, just kissing the forehead. That's where the sun was when I was born. Eh? The sun was kissing the forehead. I'm telling you, the day after, the sun was literally in the head. Interesting. The day after, the 3rd. The sun was literally inside of the head of Sagittarius. Now you see the difference here? Within 2 days where the sun would have moved. So these heavenly bodies are constantly moving. That's why the time that you were born is also, you know, very, very important. Okay, very good. So you can see this for yourself. I don't think you have any problem. You could clearly comprehend that when you receive your document, you will be able to see how it looks, the status of the sun in the heavens. Very good. Then now we go on to the moon. Location, constellation, Sagittarius. The moon was in Sagittarius because it was around the new moon time for myself when I was born. Coordinates, right ascension and declination. Right ascension, 19 hours, 41 minutes, 6.46 seconds. Declination, minus 17 degrees, 23 minutes, 5.9 seconds. And again, just to give you a proper look so you can see exactly where the moon was. So the moon is here, you see the sun is just not too far from it. And also in the realms of the constellation, especially if you understand the lines of coordinations, the moon is still in the realms, at least at the moment of my birth, being born in the constellation of Sagittarius. Very good. I hope everyone is full joy in this presentation. Now look at Mercury. All of these were in the same region. Right ascension for Mercury. Well, first of all, location. Location for Mercury between Capricorn and Sagittarius. So the coordinates for Mercury now, right ascension, was 20 hours, 10 minutes, and 10 seconds, 10.79 seconds. And then the declination was minus 21 degrees, 45 minutes, 54.3 seconds. And I will also just give you a quick look at that, so at least you can see with clarity. Again, all of the positions actually comes with a snapshot as such. So you could see for yourself what was taking place in the heavens. So what I will do now, I will just read through the others. Venus, location at the mouth of Scorpio. Now, I want to show you that in detail. You can see it from here, but some of you may need me to expand the screen, which you will have the ability to do when you get it for yourself. You'll be able to see it more up close. Your own, I'm talking, not mine, yours. I'm not selling this to no one. You got to get your own. Yes, with your date and your time. Location at the mouth of Scorpio. Coordinates, right ascension, 15 hours, 59 minutes, 50.63 seconds. You see, declination, minus 18 degrees, 21 minutes, and 39.6 seconds. And I will show you, I think that's a very beautiful spectacle there at that time. And of course, you can see the Venus just looking to go inside of the mouth of Scorpio. All of these things have their meaning, and I'm going to express that in a moment. Mars, location, Taurus, coordinates, right ascension, 5 hours, 3 minutes, 28.54 seconds, declination, positive 25 degrees, 5 minutes, 36.4 seconds. And that is Mars, actually, in the Taurus constellation, basically, and one of the horns of Taurus, the Great. And then, of course, Jupiter in Pisces, right ascension, 1 hour, no minutes, 53.88 seconds. Interesting. Positive 5 degrees. This is declination now, positive 5 degrees. 5 minutes, 39.1 seconds. And you can see Jupiter right there in the Pisces zone, the Pisces energy, all when I came out of my mother's womb. Again, 10:23 the morning, 2nd of December 1976. When were you born? Do you have the time? You can get your own reading, eh? You can get your own chart just like this. It takes us 7 to 14 days to prepare for you. You don't get it right away. It is some work, and it takes a mental investment, as you could obviously see. And as I said, those of you who have, received or requested, I should say, requested for your Zoom link, it still has its value, because you will be able to get your natal chart. The value of it, it goes for $175 we're speaking of. But those of you who requested your Zoom link, we have record of each and every one of you. You will be getting it for only $75, and you have 72 hours, 3 days, even to make that approach. Very good. Saturn was in Kepara, which they call Cancer, really. Nobody sick around here. Coordinates, right ascension, 8 hours, 14 minutes, and 16.01 seconds. Now tell me, you see the accuracy of this. That is why if you know the exact time, positive 20 degrees, declination now, positive 20 degrees, 7 minutes, 52.0 seconds. And that is Saturn in Kepara, the beetle, also what you call the resurrected one. Then you have Uranus, and that is in Virgo. Coordinates, right ascension, 14 hours, 18 minutes, 23.64 seconds. Declination, minus 13 degrees, 12 minutes, 19.2 seconds. All right. Neptune location between the serpent holder, basically, and Scorpio. And then your coordinates, right ascension, 16 hours, 46 minutes, 42.63 seconds. Declination, minus 20 degrees, 49 minutes, 42.3 seconds. Very good. And you can see Neptune right there, snugged inside the serpent holder and above Scorpio. That's wonderful, Pluto in Virgo, right ascension, 13 hours, 10 minutes, 40.04 seconds, a positive 10 degrees, 48 minutes, 0.344 seconds. Good. So I had to really run through all of that so you get a good understanding of exactly, how detailed the reading will be for yourself as it relates to your ancient astronomical natal chart reading, the document itself, So what you have, follow me good, is the academical truth there. There's nothing that I would have just expressed that is off as it relates to the day I was born or the moment. Nothing religious here, no belief, no I think. I mean, you could argue about what's really happening out there in the heavens and the what do you call it, the size of the planet or the sphere and the flat earth stuff and all of that stuff. Yeah, you can argue that, but that's not, that we can't apply that to this discussion, because flat, round, square, circle, rectangular, we all look up and see the same thing. And as far as what we look up and see, this is what was going on in the heavens when I was being born. Good. Now we come to maybe what you would consider the technical part of it, which is the interpretation of all of this. What does it mean in the spiritual realms? What's the consequences of all of this? And let me show you now how it is done. In fact, before I go there, family, I want to show this to you. Now, this is a catalog that has been presented by us here at the Institute. There's so many things we offer. I think you would have seen that today. And in the interest of time, I'm going to try my best to wrap this up now. I wonder how quick I could do that. But anyway, this is planets, plants, and constellations. This is a catalog, an educational catalog of beautiful photographs and artwork, graphic works done by the Honorable Prince Alamase, and of course, the combination of the planets and the signs that they are related to, meaning every planet is related to a constellation. All of this is good for you to know. This is from anciency now. Again, those of you who are a part of our Ancient Astronomy course, you know about all of this for sure. All right, very good. Now, this document here, as you could see, it highlights every heavenly body, the sun, and the constellation it's related to, Leo, and what it stands for: ego, resilience, manifestation, self-love, and it deals with the heart. You get it? And then it goes into the sun again, which is directly connected to Leo, and shows you the plants that it agrees with, from moringa to walnut to marigold to myrrh to chia seeds and turmeric, etc., almond, and it goes in. And again, this is scientifically proven. Remember, we would have touched this in our Ancient Astronomy course. Just like certain plants are attracted to the moon, and certain plants have a different attraction to the sun. They have certain plants that work directly with Mars, and they have certain plants that work with Uranus and Neptune. So the moon and its relations to Kepera and the body parts, the pineal gland, the gut, deals with the emotional body. So I'm just giving you a quick rundown as such, an idea of what we have in this catalog, which is the planet, plants, and constellation catalog. Now, this catalog itself comes with the Ancient Astronomical Chart document. So you order your Ancient Astronomical Chart, you're going to get this online catalog as well, this PDF online catalog, where you yourself can go through, even as a research catalog, to see what planet is, if a planet is somewhere in a specific constellation, what it may mean, and which planet, relates to which food or which herbs. You understand? Now, this catalog, you could purchase it by itself. Let's just say you're not purchasing your natal chart document for $175, and you want the catalog alone. That's only $12. You could get the catalog, this beautiful, well-designed catalog here, for only $12, packed with information, But if you get your Ancient Astronomical Interpretation or chart document, you will definitely get the catalog for free. Okay. Astronomical interpretation. The sun represents resilience, self-love, manifestation. It is connected to the heart. Sagittarius is associated with joy, vitality, and longevity. Do you understand what's going on here? Remember, the sun was in Sagittarius when I came forth. So that is why the interpretation now is giving you the interpretation via what the heavenly bodies mean, according to anciency, not according to astrology. The sun represents resilience, self-love, and manifestation. It is connected to the heart. Sagittarius is associated with joy, vitality, and longevity. This combination, listen good, this combination promises the individual, that's me, joy, That's what even Isaac means, to be happy. This combination promises the individual joy, longevity, and vitality through resilience. You see how I'm going to get it? You're not going to drop in my lap. Through resilience, perseverance, never giving up, and self-love. Manifestation will be the reward. That's how you read your signs. Then we go to the moon. Remember where the moon was for me? It was in the same Sagittarius. Okay. And if you want to make sure, you just go to the catalog, because you're going to get a catalog, and look and see what the sun means, what the moon means, what this constellation means, which planets it's connected to. You can do your maths. It's like doing 1 + 1. You don't need nobody behind no crystal ball, especially if they have the heavens mixed up. The feminine energy of the moon is also in Sagittarius. This also ensures longevity, vitality, and joy through emotional discipline, relying on intuition and connecting with the spiritual self. So that's me. Again, that's more joy for me, more longevity for me, and more vitality for me. Everybody has all these things. Everybody has the sun, eh? So everybody has joy, longevity, and vitality. But then now, how are you going to get it? I already showed you, it's like plenty work for me. I got to be, resilient. I got to persevere. I can never give up. And I have to have a lot of self-love. And because the moon was in Sagittarius now, I got to, it is good. I got to rely or go through emotional discipline. I have to rely on my intuition and connect with spiritual self. You see? Very good. So that I got to know that. And I will tell you that I know I connect with spiritual self, and I surely rely on intuition. And I think I got to even work more on my emotional discipline. So that will bring more longevity, more vitality, more joy. Capricorn represents discipline in general. Now I'm considered to be Capricorn the sign. That's not necessarily so in this time, 2023 or 1976, when I came forward out of the womb. But anyway, Capricorn represents discipline in general. Why am I saying this? Mercury was between Capricorn and Sagittarius. You remember that. Capricorn represents discipline in general, foundation and structure. As Mercury sits between both Capricorn and Sagittarius, the mind and the discipline of skillful communication will be necessary in growth. That's me again. So skillful communication is something very important for me. It doesn't mean a great orator as such. Even just communicating here is obviously that I can communicate and speak to people and gather people and draw attention and, hey, I'm talking, and yes. But it can also mean on a level where you don't have to be a great speaker, but you must just have the ability to communicate and keep in touch and make your point clear, and all of these different things is very important for a person like myself. Scorpio is symbolic of metamorphosis and primordial energy. Yet, as the sign is made up of 2 constellations, which is Scorpio and Ophiuchus, the serpent, Ophiuchus, pardon me, the Scorpio aspect represents the dragon and the devourer. At the moment of being born, Venus, listen to this, at the moment of being born, Venus, which represents harmony. You hear that? Oh, beauty and love was entering the mouth of Scorpio. So me now, things that we relate to harmony and beauty and love is like, the fact that Venus was at the mouth of Scorpio and it wasn't in retrograde. If it was, that would mean something else, but it was going into Scorpion's mouth. So I have to look out for harmony and beauty and love always being threatened around me, straight up. But as the serpent holder is the conquering constellation of the two. You remember how that looked, right? The serpent holder stands up on top of Scorpio. So as the serpent holder is the conquering constellation of the two, Scorpio cannot prevail as long as the natal child, which is me, holds on to the serpent holder. I wonder if you understand that. So harmony and peace in my life as such, then beauty and love is a threat, because Scorpio is ready to devour it. But the serpent holder is the conquering constellation in that duo. It stands on the Scorpion. So once the person, which is myself, accepts the serpent holder, the Scorpio can't conquer. But I have to accept the serpent holder. That's why it's good to know who is the serpent holder. You should check the video 7, the documentary 7, the Divinity of the Honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edwards. Let's continue. Although the charged bull, now we're talking about Mars, although the charged bull Taurus is also the symbol of love and harmony and beauty as it's related to Venus, at the time of being born, Mars, which rules desire, power, and action, was in Taurus. This combination is beautiful as Taurus is a dominator, seeking harmony. Beautiful. The planet Jupiter is directly related to the constellation of Pisces. Hear this, you know? The planet Jupiter is directly related to the constellation of Pisces. Both are related to joy, longevity, and vitality. The fact that they are together is very good news for the individual, because Jupiter was in Pisces. So you just double that energy there. Great joy, you know. Saturn was in Kepra, which they call Cancer. Kepra is the symbol of resurrection, while Saturn is the planetary symbol of discipline, organization, and reorganization. The individual will bring new ideas. This is me now, The individual will bring new ideas and fresh opinions that will restructure whatever may need it, community, group, etc. I think that is me. I'm telling you straight up. I think anyone who knows me would say, yeah, that sounds like him. Uranus is the symbol of higher consciousness, electricity, and innovation. Uranus is seen coming out of the womb of Virgo. Here it is. Higher consciousness is being born. I appreciate love that. Neptune is the planet related to collective dreams and psychic energy. This planet secured in Ophiuchus, the serpent holder, at that time, 2nd of January 1976, 10:23 a.m. So this planet was secured in Ophiuchus, the serpent holder, at that time, than my birth and time, 2nd of January. Just to remind you, 1976, 10:23. This constellation and planet were in the noonday sky at the time of being born, meaning they were at the climax. Pluto, the 9th planet, was secured in Virgo. Pluto is metamorphosis and primordial energy. Again, communication is very important here. So again, it's just basically mathematics, where you understand the value of the planets. You understand the value of the constellation. You understand the value of, what they mean in general. And of course, when you see your birth, your time, and when you add them together, and then you basically put it in the blender and bring it out, you can see what it means. So again, it's not just about good news for everybody, and they just want it to feel good. Maybe that's what astrology does. But for example, I just showed you, yes, Venus means harmony. When everybody was born, Venus was somewhere. So not because Venus is in your natal chart reading means, oh, this is just joy and harmony. No, where was Venus? It was going into the mouth of Scorpio. Hey, that doesn't look good. You understand? So it's about trying to understand or comprehend exactly what everything means. And then what happens too, when it's coupled with the constellation, it gives the natal child a responsibility. So yes, the planet may be joy and happiness and everything good, but then the constellation may represent hard work, resilient, can't give up. So that means for you to get that joy and happiness and all the other good stuff, you have to now bring to life the sign, which is can't give up, hard work. Now, everyone obviously have to be on their feet in life, but then some people really may have to depend more on their, again, intuition. Some people may have to depend more on their intelligence and other things. Some people may have to depend more on just not giving up on hard work, but you must at least know how to tap in. And most of us have to depend on all of the above, but yet still they may be, it's just like plants. All of these foods are good for us, but they just may be several plants that adapt to you more than other plants for whatever reason, and its relation to the star and the movement of the constellation. This is deep, family. So I'm encouraging everyone today. This has been a beautiful day. Let me just remind those of you who would not have seen the first part of this day's activity, the relaunching of the Priest Isaac's Institute website. Remember, the first part is in the link in the description below. The link in the description below. Of course, the link to the website is in the description below again. And remember, you have 3 days if you want to get your natal chart. Those of you who would have requested your Zoom link, remember, you'll be able to get your natal chart for only $75. Those who didn't request your Zoom link, you'll be getting your natal chart for only $175. I think you can see by now that, yeah, my brother, this is worth it. This is not a book to read. This is something to have. This is something that I can refer to from time to time, and you will also get, without any additional cost, the planet plants and constellations, which really is a document, a catalog of exactly the heavens, all of what we've been explaining there a moment ago, the heavens and the meaning thereof of the different constellations and the signs that they are directly related to. And of course, even as it connects to even plants, as I said, this is planet, plants, and constellations. So the planet, plants, and constellations, yes, you could get it by itself. It's only $12, only $12, and you get the planet, plants, and constellations. But from you order your natal chart, you will be getting the planet, plants, and constellations with it. And again, the natal chart, your personal natal chart, it will take between 7 and 14 days to get it to you. So you got to be patient there. But for sure, as you could see, it takes time, it takes energy, it takes a mental force to go into it. You know, that's why it's only $175. Now, keep this in mind, you know, family. If you're not getting a precise natal chart, it actually costs a bit more. Not because we want it to cost a bit more, but it's more work. If you know your date of birth and you have no idea of the time, we're going to have to give you extended readings, approximate readings, well, you know, from the beginning of the day to the end of the day and all points in between. So that's just a bit more as far as the expense, only $250 for that natal chart reading, but you can get that today. Again, those of you on the Zoom link for $125 as it relates to that. And again, as I said, a wonderful day that we had today. Let me remind everyone of all the beautiful offers that we had in store. Those of you who will be and who have already begun to, you know, make purchases on our international holistic whole food store. As you know, we owe you a book, we owe you a documentary. I'm talking about the Rudiments of Ancient Astronomy. That's our earliest book. Well, some say latest, but it's not late at all. It's early, it just came, you know, earliest book, talking about the ebook, the Rudiments of Ancient Astronomy. Get your free copy today by just purchasing something on the food store, the holistic food store. And as you could see earlier, the Honorable Empress showed you all the delicacies that we have there. And then at the same time, you know, just keeping in mind that when you order the international homeschool program, I think this is the bang of the day, you know. When you order the international homeschool program, once you understand the value of the Ancient Astronomy course, you wouldn't hesitate. Once you order the international homeschool program for your little ones, we enroll you in the Ancient Astronomy course. Wow. That is beautiful. So family, give thanks again once more. Again, in the interest of time, you can go and view this again, and I will remind those of you who did not get the first part, the link is in the description below. You need to check that out. Hey, as we always say here at the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge, I am the best, and I deserve the best, and only the best is coming to me now. Selassie, Jah Rastafari, blessed love, give thanks.